Welcome to the Put Up. I'm A.K.A. the Wizard, and this is where unheard stories are told. Um, Today we have, man, in the hot seat, Hakeem Prime. Bro, I can't wait to hear about your album, actually. You know,
Oh
and uh,
yeah,
and how
no,
you've
but I
achieved
thank you for
some of
having
those
me.
epic milestones that you have achieved with it so far. In the music industry. So
Yeah,
but first we're just gonna warm up a little bit. How's it going, bro? Let's chat for a minute about some stuff.
it's going
Like,
well. It's going good. As far as life,
yeah, bro. Like, how's everything with you, bro?
life's been good. I can't complain. I got this album out. It did really good numbers. I've had a lot of fan traction and reaction from just wanting new music. So everything's been good. Like I can't complain.
That's dope. And I mean, I'm sure you've heard about the TikTok ban.
Yeah, yeah.
That's rough, bro. Like, how did it affect you?
Man, it sucks like not having TikTok around. I'm not one of those people who actually post a lot or too often. I'm mostly posting like DBZ news and stuff. I'm a DBZ enthusiast, so I'm like posting stuff that I like on there. I should be singing and stuff on there, but you know, now that it's gone, I'm hoping that it goes back because now I got the equipment to actually do something.
Yeah, like you have the whole setup going, so you could do stuff with it, right? And just going live and all that stuff, right? So it's like
Yeah.
eventually you having that whole thing, but it's like, man. Also, did you hear about the Drake? I'm obviously about the Drake lawsuit and all that going on too with the UMG and all that.
Oh man, Drake lawsuit. There's That one is pretty touchy, man, because I'm seeing a lot of people online not really understand like the business side of things, and they're kind of like taking it for face value. Like for example, when a lot of the reaction YouTubers are getting mentioned in the lawsuit, he's not like coming at them or suing them. He's just putting things in detail, and a lot of people are just taking things out of context. But I think the the whole picture of it is when you're a business and another organization tries to make you vulnerable, you have to go back at them, especially if you're in a contract, because
Right. Actually, I was gonna just say, like, the case. I was just gonna tell anybody that doesn't know about it, maybe that's on the stream. It cites that UMG knowingly approved and promoted the diss track "Not Like Us" by Kendrick Lamar, fully knowing that the allegations that were in the song were fake. Right. That's what the whole suit's about.
right,
And the fact that, like, as a result of that, like, there was real world harms to Drake with the shooting that occurred, like, at the mansion there, like, last year, and like other, like, with all the social media, like, stuff that's taken place as a result of all this,
right.
right? So it's like this whole debacle, and then, like, Joey Badass diss track gets involved with this somehow, right?
Yeah, it's
And
like Joey
he's one of
Badass
those with
getting
some clout.
involved in it is weird to me because I'm like, why are you even? I mean, it's because he's on the East Coast, right? So what's happening right now is not Tupac and Biggie. That was like East Coast, West Coast.
You were up in
What's happening
Canada,
right now
like,
is West Coast versus Canada.
yeah, like, what? I'm up in Canada. I'm an hour away from where Drake lives. Okay, like literally down the highway, kind of thing, right? So it's like, I'm like, what is taking place? Like, what is going on here? We're having like a rep competition all the way down there. Like, what is
Right.
going on, man? And then, like, Drake and LeBron fall out over the whole thing, right? Like, as a
Yeah,
result
that
of
one
this
is
whole
touchy, man,
thing,
because
right?
it's just like the grand scheme of things with Drake and LeBron. Okay, let's go back 2010, I think, or 2009 when LeBron first came out, and then Drake made this song with a bunch of dope rappers, kind of showcasing LeBron and pretty much put him out in the forefront. LeBron is a part of the culture, and when I say the culture, I mean hip hop culture. So it's like he can easily walk into whatever hip hop, the peak of hip hop is, and then you know essentially bow out if he wants to. But I
Right.
think the problem that people are having is if you create a friendship with someone and it lasts for over a certain amount of time, years even, and you call them your brother, you don't
Right.
go and show up where they're plotting
At his
against you.
competitions, like, thing where he's like spouting his mouth off with like a diss track about your buddy. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what it's about, right? Like the whole feud of the whole thing. It just sucks for everybody really involved, right? Like I
Yeah.
remain neutral on the whole subject, to be honest, because I like some of Drake's tracks. I don't know, man. Like I saw the whole beef take place, right? And I just kind of like stayed on the sidelines watching all of that, right? And it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, so like I know that rappers beef with each other for clout and the whole that like it's a part of the entertainment industry as a whole,
Right.
right? It's been going on forever. People have been shot over it. It's terrible, right? Like it's just a whole thing to have this go on, right? So it's like,
Yeah. Like, I mean, so my take on it is like when it started, I like both of these guys. These guys are both great hip hop artists. Um, I thought we were gonna be off of battle rap rules,
right,
and typically it's like you got to bring truth because if you don't bring truth, somebody's gonna get on your head about it. And I guess because it's in pop culture, there's like it's just like, hey, make it sound the most catchy. So when it came to that, Kendrick did emerge on top because I think Drake is also such a fan of hip hop and battle rap too that he thought that that's what we were stepping into. So he was, you know, he
kind of like
jumped
almost
into a rude
misled.
awakening when, Not Like Us came out and it was a bop. And, even though it may not have been 100% true, even with Meet the Grams with the daughter aspect and everything like that, it just, I think it opened his eyes to like, okay, this is a, circus kind of playing field. But if you guys want to play that, then that's why he's doing this lawsuit. Because it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm not on either of their side when it comes to the battle. I think they both had great songs, but Kendrick did come
That's
on
what I
top.
think too, right? Like I listened to all the different songs. I was like, yeah, man, they both got
Yeah.
the shit, right? Like,
Right.
and that's where I stay. So anyway, like that's the news, bro. Like let's get into talking about you and your stuff, bro. With
Yeah.
your album. How do you say it? Detour 2? Detour 2? It's got that
Yeah,
little
Detour
accent.
too.
Detour, right?
Yeah.
We're going to talk a lot about that today because that's like your claim to fame, right? Like the whole thing has kind of culminated into that album and led up to that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask you some questions to get the interview kicked off. My bad.
All right.
So what? Like, tell us how you got started and all this stuff, bro. Like, you began making music, and how would you describe like how your sound has evolved through like making this Detour EP and then like the full album, right? Like, how does all this work?
Okay. Yeah, like how I started. I'm glad you asked. Like oh man, I started in Georgia. So I was in Georgia. Matter of fact, no, go back even further. I started to like be a fan of rap in Oakland, California. And I stayed there until I was about 13. So then from Oakland, California to Georgia, I was just writing music. And I was just a rapper for real. I went by Hakeem. That was back when Snoop Dogg had a show called Doggy Fizzle. So, we kind of made names based off those. Me and my cousins who were actually doing music at the time. And being in Georgia made me really miss Oakland a lot. So I named myself, my stage name was officially Hyphy the Spider. So I took that, I ran with it, and it was a good journey because it was teaching me really how to conversate and how to articulate. A lot of people don't know my mother is a refugee from Congo, so Zaire.
Really?
So there was a lot of times when I was with her, I had to explain a lot of things, and I took a leadership position really young. So, but there was times where I couldn't really teach myself everything. So I think music really helped me to really hone into my, understanding skills, articulation skills. So that was the start of that. And then I began to sing just because my grandma had me in the choir, my auntie had me in the choir on both sides of the family. So then I just got this development to want to sing. And when I was in Atlanta, music has been evolving so much, and then like that was like the mecca of where you get everything at. So I wanted to really like have a chance to blend everything together. Because when I blend everything together, I feel like everybody had it and understood like what, you know, as far as vibes go, what you're trying to portray. Because if you are multi-talented, people understand you, listen to you. So that's kind of the reason for me blending my rap and then R&B. And
Yeah, because you
of course,
kind
I
of do
thought I was
both,
going to be the
right?
first one to do it, but boom, Drake did come out, you know, and rest is history. So, but that doesn't stop, your passionate dream. So there was a point in time where I had this rap song and I was doing so many mixtapes. I don't know if you remember that piff.com.
Yeah.
So when that died down, um, or excuse me, when that was starting, let's say, I had so many mixtapes, and I think I had over 25 mixtapes, and they were like 2,000 and more downloads. So, and it was just rap, and I was just wondering, like, man, why have not popped yet, right? And so finally, I put out this song called "Slip Up." I vowed it was my last song. It was in 2014. I was singing on my mixtapes too. So I was just like, nah, this is it, right? And then I said I'm gonna do a music video to it. Boom, I did it. I put Slip Up out. I left it alone. Lo and behold, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks go past. This song has gone over 1.2 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
My music. Yeah. So I'm just like, what the hell did I do? Right.
Figure that out.
Right. Exactly. So with that success, like I was like, okay, I have to promote this thing myself because it's already getting traction. If I promote it, it's gonna go up even further. So I promoted it. It did really well, and I couldn't believe it, so I uploaded it again. That was my whole mindset. Like, I couldn't believe it was true, so I just re-uploaded it. It went up to 2.2 million at that point. So
that's great.
yeah. So I really was like, okay, I'm gonna do this because I guess
Did
I
that
could,
make you
I
believe
got
it
some
at that
skills.
point? Right? Like, did you believe it after that second time?
No, definitely. Because what's crazy? Like around that time, mumble rap was starting to become a thing, and I guess I was so mad that you didn't have to have skill anymore to be a rapper. So if you go back and listen to that song, anyone who wants to check it out, Slip Up, I wasn't even trying, and it still went up. And I was just like, okay, rightfully so, whatever, right? But I made it a point to like go in this booth and like actually do my own album. So my first ever album after that was Signs, and Signs did great as well. So that's the beginning of my journey. Like I just, I did it to just make sure like I was honing in on conversation communication, and then I found, writing things that were true to my heart, um, and then writing things as if it's a letter to myself, um, is something to where I can actually bring to the masses.
No, and it's like the whole thing has been like this big journey. That's half of why we do this and like paint the picture, right? It's like it doesn't just happen overnight. There's many tries at getting there. There's many different things we do over time, trying different things and work it out, and then boom, you hit something and you finally get it right?
Yeah.
And like it's just building up to that point. It doesn't just happen all night, right?
Right.
So like, where do you find all the themes for your music, and like describe the overall theme of like the album that you put out there, and like what do you tell throughout it?
The themes, I find them in life experiences. At first, I'll actually give you a full circle. At first, it was lies. I was just telling lies, you know, making it sound good, making it sound like it was somebody's
Well, and it
experience.
does sound good, man. Like it sounds
Making
good.
it sound good from experience that I didn't know about, but I figured this how it went. And that was my whole mixtape journey in the Dat Piff days. But somewhere down the line, of course, when you look back at your music and then you hear it, and maybe you had an experience that was different from what you lied about, then it don't feel right. It feels like an unauthentic song,
Right.
even if the song is good. So at the slip up time, I had an epiphany to where it's like, okay, I'm gonna just be honest with my whole experience. And of course, I can still sing songs that someone write and give to me. But now I know like what to look for as far as experience goes. But yeah, my whole like how I get my topics are from the experience that I have. So you even might hear me, like the song "I'm Gonna Let You Go," even though it's a newer song. I've made that song before. It's called "Try It Again" by Hakeem Prime, and
really,
I do songs like that to gain resilience, because my whole thing is about building resilience for not only myself but for the listener. So I probably have 9+ songs about breakups, because there's so many perspectives on breakups in general,
right?
And there's a certain awareness that you should have. So I know making "I'm Gonna Let You Go" is, cornerstone of resilience. However, I know that only a certain perspective is going to cling on to that and understand how to be whole, how to be valued in their life. So then I'll make another one. Maybe, there's one coming up called "Fade Away," which is really dope, really heartfelt. And I can't wait for people to hear that as well. So "Fade Away" is going to be on the next album.
Nice.
So yeah, that's
so
how.
We got a whole nother album. Don't tell too many people yet, but we got maybe a whole nother album coming.
Yeah, man, I'm working.
All right,
so.
That's good.
Yeah, but we can talk about that
a little later in the interview, actually, before we end.
Yeah.
In a minute we're gonna take our first music break and hear one of your hit singles. I think I got it wrong on my sheet here. What was the first one we were gonna do?
It was "Love Rants."
Love Rants?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to hear that in a little bit, and then a second one in a little while after that. But, yeah, these are both standout tracks. What's the other one called? I think I literally have it wrong on here. Yeah, because I had "I'm Gonna Let You Go" on there as like one of them. So we're going to listen to "Rather Die Later" and "Love Rants" first, right? They both garnered like tons of streams. Talk about that. Preface the track for me here, "Love Rants."
Yeah, so "Love Rants" is very important to me. Like I said, I always speak about experience. So with "Love Rants," I am not like, even though I got a lot of breakup songs, I'm not shunning love. Like, love is something that is really impactful, and it's something that you have to be aware of, because it's about your own self-love. So if you don't have self-love, you can't love someone else. So "Love Rants" is opening that door to be like, okay, I had a breakup, I had an issue with someone, but I've had time to heal. And now, with you, I'm going to have a different love, so yeah, type.
Nice. That's dope. Well, let's hear it.
Have you ever danced with the river? Have you ever danced with the moon? Have you ever danced with the women? Cause all the girls wonder too. All the girls wonder too. I can't leave you on the wrong vibe. Something's telling me we gon' be just right. You my type, don't care what my BM say. I just care for your DMs, babe. Rose petals in your lingerie. I make the sauce, they run with my recipe. You own it and I like the way we conversate. Country music when we delegate. It's cause we live in life that we create. We don't have to be ranting and raving, protecting ourselves. We just gotta be patient, elevate ourselves. fold, babe. Stronghold, babe. Stronghold, yeah, we never fold. Felt your soul in the silence. Have you ever felt your soul in the pain? Have you ever felt your soul tight? Have you ever felt your soul? All your girls wondering the same thing. Do you wanna love me long time? But what if I had to do time? Would my space expire in your mind? Or would you cherish the memories that we've made? Rose petals in your lingerie. I make the song stay running with my recipe. You own it and I like the way we conversate. Country music when we delegate. It's cause we live in life that we create. We don't have to be ranting and raving, protecting ourselves. We just gotta be patient, elevate ourselves. Yeah. Stronghold, babe. Stronghold, yeah, we never fold, babe. Stronghold, babe. Stronghold, yeah, we never fold, babe.
Welcome back. Put up, everybody. I'm A.K.A. the Wizard, and we just heard Love Rants by Hakeem Prime, right? And, just walk us through how you made that song real quick from, like, idea to completion. Like, how'd you actually make that track?
Yeah, so, I was locked up writing it, and I had gotten out all my, like, frustration about the breakup situation with the song, I'm Gonna Let You Go. And then Loosely is also one of the songs that's on the album. And since I was able to do those songs first, I was able to let go of the frustration of it, and I was able to step into Love Rants. So Love Rants was written probably within 30 minutes, and I definitely had a passion to, just showcase love in that song and care. And then so when I got out, talked to my producer, who's I Am Bear Beats. You can find him on YouTube.
Sorry, who's that? Say it again for us.
I Am Bear Beats. So
IamBear
IamBear, and then BEATS.
Yo, we'll find it and we'll add it to the description down there later too.
Cool.
Yeah,
he's phenomenal.
Involved with this, right? Like,
right.
Heck yeah.
No, he I gotta credit him because he brings all my songs to life.
Yeah, shout him out.
Yeah, no, shout out Bear, man. He's amazing.
Nice.
He just knows, like, if I sing it or if I'm saying it, he knows how to bring it out. And so it wasn't difficult to express this because I had got all the frustration out. I think it would have been more difficult if I wrote this song first.
Right.
But just because I got everything out, I was able to express exactly what I wanted for my next relationship and for a person to know, who I was interested in. And yeah, it was a song that I took my time with, getting in there and just singing the songs, and filling it with the passion of love. It's amazing. Now I'm glad I was able to do that because it brings it more the authentic feel to the song. And it was a pretty smooth song.
Like, right, it's part of like that whole story that the Detour album tells. Then, right, it just weaves itself right in there. It's perfect.
Yeah, and then too, like having like the reason for my album, calling it Detour. By the way, I feel like I'm independent artist, been an independent artist for a long time. So I feel like when people do find me, it's Detour. So
Detour from the regular.
Exactly. So okay. Like the Detour 1, interestingly enough, was a mixtape. It wasn't an album. It was actually on that pit, and it actually was my highest downloaded uh, mixtape on there. I think it went over 15,000 downloads, 40K views.
So
And
did
I
you
think
say
like
downloads, bro?
yeah,
It's crazy that we're in a streaming era, and then back then there was like downloads. It was like the
yeah,
main major thing that we determined like numbers by, right?
right. Unfortunately, it's gone now, but
Yeah, but
I
now there's
really that was
Bandcamp
one of
and
my
other
successes.
like
I'm gonna get
places.
a picture of it and put it on my wall here soon. But yeah, that was one of my biggest successes. Detour one, and that one blended, a lot of hip hop, R&B, and pop as well. I think the standout on there was like Trill Sandwich and Peel Off and Faith. Uh, but Detour 2, I just want to, if you find me again, boom, this is what I want you to feel. I want you to feel all the feels. Um, so just having that Love Brands, and it was the last song too. I mean, unless you check out the deluxe album, which is Throw It, but
I think
I would
that's
have
what I
that to
was
be the
checking
last
out.
song because I
Yeah.
was just going through this time, and in 2019 I went in and I didn't get out until 2021, so I did like 444 days, and that was in the midst of COVID, so I was like dealing with a whole lot, and I wanted to showcase it in this album.
That's crazy, bro. What a story. Wow. You intrigue me beyond, bro. I'll tell you later.
Thanks.
I'm going to like switch gears just a tiny little bit with this next question. It's more of like a broader one of like, what's been one of the biggest challenges you've faced in your artistic career? Like, was there a period before your Detour 2 album release where your like perspective were different and you're like building up to the explosion and intention that you received with that album? Like, what kind of challenges did you face creating the album that you got through to do it? Like, what
I
was
think
like
just
one
the
of those
biggest
major
challenge was just that when I got out of jail and did all this song, and I actually, we had a plan to put out "I'm Gonna Let You Go" first, and then I put it out as a snippet on SoundCloud, and just a lot of people in different states started to rip the song, and put it out on there by themselves.
It's like
There was like
repost.
over 9 different versions of "I'm Gonna Let You Go," where
What?
people decided to put their verse on it and say "I'm Gonna Let You Go" their song. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
That's amazing.
we had so much difficulty with it initially, even though it was creating its own buzz. And I've never dealt with that before. I've heard about it, of course, a lot, and luckily I just did everything what I need to do as far as copyright it, because down the line I'll be able to show my proof, and lo and behold, the DSPs were able to see my proof and delete all the other ones after about maybe 11 months, man.
Wow.
So that first year was out in 2021. It was kind of in the midst of all these other, quote unquote remixes or trying to be the original song. And it was just a hard time just because it was touchy because TikTok was involved. Like there was a guy who did like an 8-second snippet of my song and he just sung it live and people just thought it was his song.
Wow, yeah.
So much so that he made a version of the TikTok thing that he did as a song.
Come on.
And then when I actually put out my original, he made a comment somewhere on social media. I'm not going to say where, but he said it. Oh, my bad. I thought you were stealing my song from TikTok. I was like, dude, this is my song. And then he made another version of that same song. So it's just like, yo, man,
what?
Y'all gotta chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm already an independent artist, and I see why like labels, if you have an extra song and someone copies it, they try to sue right away. And I had to do that myself. So,
right. Man, that's wild. So you had like legal involved and all that stuff, and like,
yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. Wow. It's sad that we have to like live through these like things as independent artists, right? We're like, it's getting successful because like other people are trying to remake it and stuff, right? But it's like at the same time you want to protect like at that point, he's trying to claim it was his. Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
you can't let that kind of stuff happen. It just doesn't work for us, right? Like, we make our own art because it's an expression of us. It's not somebody else's, right? Like, you can't just have that. That's nuts.
Right.
So, like, okay, forget the negative. We'll go to the positive, bro. Like, share one of your greatest successes with the Detour 2 album, and like, let's celebrate for a minute what inspired you the most, and like, did specific people and places help shape it? Like, what about the album, bro? Like, what was the best part about it?
I'm really I'm really just proud of my producer. He does a really great job. The album, when it first came out, it already accumulated like 6 million streams. Now it's over like 9 million streams. Rather Die, which is my favorite song, was on the Australian iTunes chart for
Nice.
4 weeks at number 39. So it's officially a top 40 hit. You know,
Nice, bro. Congratulations.
That.
That's amazing.
all that was that was the icing on the cake for me. You know, just making this in the bad
I remember
situation.
like when I got a song right on the radio for the first time, it like, and the feeling that makes, right? Like these different experiences that we get to have, like not everybody in the world ever will even get to feel that, bro. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
It's a wild thing, man. So okay, let's take a closer look behind like a little bit more of like the technical toolbox. Like I'm a studio engineer, obviously you can see it like around me here, right? We love recording mics and like the entire process of like making the art, right? So like tell us what you actually use to make the music with, bro. Like you use a mic of your own. Where do you go, to a studio, or like you work with your producer? Like how does this all work?
Oh yeah, no, I go to his studio.
So he has his own place and everything. Like it's all set up like this kind of. Okay, dope. And what is it called? We'll put it up for you too.
Oh no, he's just at his house.
Oh, it's just like a private thing. It's kind of like what I do, bro.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
like
a private setup. It's really
if you want to have the same experience than anybody, then you have to like book I Am Bear Beats, and he can get you to his studio through his own means.
Right.
Right? That's how it works, bro.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so like your mic setup and everything, do you like what kind of mic do you use when you go there and everything? Like it has a whole thing? You just throw the beat up and then you do
40,
it and like
40 Audio Technica.
dope. I actually have one in the mic catalog here.
He also has the headphones, Audio Technica, Logic Studios.
Nice. I learned how to use all of it in college, right? Like Pro Tools, Logic, all the different like softwares. So it's like,
yeah, he's got all the good stuff.
nice. Okay. So we're gonna take another music break and hear that other song. What was it again? This one is the one.
Rather Die.
Rather Die, and it's actually your favorite production, you said, right?
It is, man. I had
We're
the
gonna
most fun making that track, and I'll tell you why here in a minute.
Okay, let's see it first.
They ain't gonna catch me, man. I'm hopping the fence. Let's go. Dolly, dolly. Yeah.
Hey, Bear, where you at?
I'd rather die before they get me. I've been getting high since I was 15. I'd rather die before they get me. Popping out to the morning. I'd rather die before they get me. I've been getting high since I was 15. I'd rather die before they get me. Popping out to the morning. It ain't real till you tatted. Dripping like the ink off a bandit. I'm so tapped in, it's automatic. Cartel got my hitters pulling weight like a magnet. Smoke till I'm gone, it's tragic. I can see through you, you plastic. Melt you down for the masses. You a peon little and I bet that. And you'll never get your bag. Once a broke to a rich man. Super flexed up or I'm sorry. You ain't bout this one, you boring. Landing on the coast of something foreign. Popping out to the mother morning. I'd rather die for a 12, get me. Hypnotized by the money. I'd rather die for they get me. I've been getting high since I was 15. I'd rather die for they get me. Popping out to the morning. I'd rather die for they get me. I've been getting high since I was 15. I'd rather die for they get me. Popping out to the morning. Popping out, can't wait till them lanes run their mouth. Reincarnated in the south. If you hit the bottom, we can start it over. Show these hitters what you made of from the jump. If they ain't with it, roll them like a blunt. I made it clear I'ma be myself around here. Mental breakthrough, all them fake you. Pay me in that USD, I don't want no pesos. Your service is for me, and only me, yeah. Flecto, effecto. She tell me when she wrong, that's respect though. I throw the money at her in reflection. The money come quick, no reaction. Never been snitched on cause we the faction. Drop them off, they ain't about that collection. That money collection. I'd rather die before they get me. I've been getting high since I was 15. I'd rather die before they get me. Popping out to the morning. I'd rather die before they get me. I've been getting high since I was 15. I'd rather die before they get me. Popping out to the morning.
Oh, that was hard.
That was Rather Die by Hakeem Prime that you just heard right there, bro. Okay, so you were gonna tell us about this track.
Yeah. So rather die. Um. Rather die. That was a big one because when I was locked up in there, in 2019, and then I was supposed to only be there for a month. But then COVID happened. So
Right.
COVID happened, and I felt like so pissed off because, of course, I ended up being there for 444 days. So they kept delaying things and delaying things, even small things. So there was other people in there who were in there for nothing, almost close to nothing. Here I am in there for nothing. These guys are in there for nothing. So I wrote a little anthem, and this was it. Was showcasing, just to have just to uplift my spirits while I'm in there. So when I'm saying I'd rather die before they get me, that's what I mean. Like, I don't want to be in a situation like that again, And I was kind of just vouching for that. I was singing it to the other inmates too, like I was saying, and it became like an uplifting thing. So it's not literally at all. I know a lot of people take it that way, but it's kind of metaphorically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, I loved it when I heard it, bro. I'm going to listen to all your music again because it was just so intriguing to me, honestly.
Cool.
Like, what a crazy story, too. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it. Okay, so let's get into talking about how you connect with people and your fans and stuff, right? Like, how do you want your listeners to feel when they experience your Detour 2 album and, like, all the stuff you make? Is there, like, a specific emotion or something that you want to leave them with?
Yeah, I want to leave them with inspiration to just keep going, keep building awareness for themselves and their situation. Because, you got to have some resilience for your own awareness and your own path. So that's what I want to bring to them in this whole album. Especially if you're just hearing me for the first time. I know a lot of people go through things every single day. So with that, if you, let's say, like, for example, if you feel like you don't got enough money, but you got 20 in your bank account, listen to Flex, because Flex is going to remind you that you can put 20 more in your bank account. You can put 100 more in your bank account and chill, if you're a guy, a single dad, and, hell, even if you're a single mom, listen to Loosely, because Loosely is going to remind you that realistically, you got to hold your child down, regardless of you and your spouse's situation, you got to hold your child down, I'm going to let you go is going to remind you that, relationships come and go, but you are forever. You got to have that awareness for yourself. If you have to let something go, definitely do, and watch it spin the block for you. Um, Same with Love Rants. Love never dies. You got to continue to love yourself so that way it can return full circle. Rather die is it's keeping you uplifted. You know, rather die is making sure that you don't walk into stupid stuff. Like you rather die before this thing happen again. So it's just the whole thing should inspire you to be a better you, and you realize that the detour that you're on is just a detour. Everything um, happens for a reason.
That's wild, man. So the whole thing is just like inspiration after inspiration after inspiration. This is how to do it.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's how I see it. Hopefully we
freaking
get a
love it.
detour 3. Um,
Yeah, right? Okay, so
uh,
like obviously you've had millions of streams on all these songs, right? Like you've got some fan reactions, feedbacks on it. Like what has it meant to them so far?
yeah, no, I hear
Some guys
like
on the inside that you knew or whatever that were friends or whatever, they're out now probably, and like have they heard it? You know what I mean? Like have you got some like responses
yeah,
back like that, bro?
yeah, no, I like that. I think that's why I'm gonna let you go took off so much because man, they used to have me singing that. They used to have me singing that joint every night almost, man. Like while I was in there, but I get a lot of response from loosely. Um, I got a lot of college students hitting me up about Flex. Um, uh, hey, yeah, I think loosely I'm gonna let you go and Flex. Of course, rather die too. Um, but I think everybody definitely feels the inspiration in all those tracks. Um, and it just brings them peace knowing that awareness is the centerpiece of it all, because that's literally what I'm focused on. Because there's one point in time where I didn't have the awareness to know. So that's why I have that in my song. I want to definitely give that awareness.
Well, and
And
bringing
make sure
that
they
like
know.
stark like experience that you've been through, right, into all these inspirational things that you can tell people now, right, through your art. It's just like a blessing to everybody. You know what I mean?
Should be, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing, bro. Okay, so
Oh,
like
thank you.
looking ahead, like how do you see like this album Detour shaping like your future album, maybe Detour 3, right? Like what do you have planned in the future, bro?
Good. That's a good question. So I do got another album plan. Um, it's gonna be called Prime Reality. That one is just another like, awareness for guys, man. Like it's typically, it's a flex album. It's like one of those albums where it's just a centerpiece of awareness that you should have. So it's another awareness take. It's another reality take. But this one like touches on like day to day. Um, I guess just being a bachelor, to be honest.
Okay.
And it's a different viewpoint from Detour for sure.
Right. And like you've probably grown since then, right?
Of
Like these are
course, yeah,
drawing from a lot of like past experiences and stuff, and now since then, now we have more of a story to tell than we did before, right? Like that's how it
yeah,
goes. Okay.
definitely. So
So
doing
like how can
videos and stuff for
everybody
that.
sorry, what? Like, go
Yeah,
first.
doing music videos and stuff for that one right now.
Right. Like I think I saw a review that we have down below here, right? And it goes through 3 or 4 of your music videos and how
Okay,
you did them and the whole experience of them, I think, in the review.
nice.
So yeah, like that was dope. Some really cool. Actually, I was looking at the like the way that it was shot because I shoot music videos too, right? And I was like,
Yeah,
yo, some of this stuff reminds me of what I do at certain moments, and then like some of it's better than what I've been able to edit. And I'm like, yo, this is dope.
thank
I
you.
suggest anybody seeing this goes and checks out those videos too at some point. That's dope.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, we
like,
work hard.
yeah, man. So like, where can everybody find out about you? How can fans collaborate and support and get involved with your work? Like, where's your main
Sure.
platforms? Like, we have links below here, but like, where do we find you?
So yeah, you can find me on Instagram, on Twitter at Hakeem Prime. Um, Check out more about me at HakeemPrime.com. I'm also on YouTube at Hakeem Primer. I guess if TikTok comes back, it's gonna be at Hakeem Primer too.
Right.
But yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wait on that. But yeah, man, I'm on here. I'm on social media at Hakeem Prime, on Facebook at Hakeem Prime. So
And I
check me
wanted to
out.
make a point of this, okay, is like the new independent music industry that we're experiencing right now is a place where the artists are online. They're not just behind this wall of a label or whatever you used to have there, right?
Right.
So it's like we're here to provide an entire experience to everybody, and that's why we do the put up, man, to get everybody out there that's doing that. And try and show it to everybody as we go, right?
True.
So yeah, man, it's been great. That concludes the interview, but man, thank you for coming on here. It was freaking amazing.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man, and I think we might jump to the chat if there's anybody here that wants to like say anything right at the end here. And then I didn't even say it before, but we're gonna cut at the end of the interview, and then we're gonna come back to do the little draw on the beat that we did last weekend. We were giving away a free beat in the previous put up with our boy RC and Henry, and we're about to do the draw right after this one. So yeah, stick around for that, and we'll. Thanks for coming to the interview, man. This was a great thing. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the video, and we'll be right back to chill and like see any comments and things. Yeah, so like let's check it out, man. We'll see if anybody has anything to say. Like if there's any questions or anything for our boy here, Hakeem Prime. Oh, is
I
it
got
gone?
you. I'm right. I'm still here.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, can I see them? I'm not even sure if you can like read them out if there is anything. A review. Oh, okay. Interesting.
He wants to do what?
Oh, like actually beyond you? No, okay.
Okay.
This is
I'll do a quick bathroom break.
Okay, well, I guess that's it. If there's no other questions, like, yeah, like just type it in the comments down here, bro. Maybe, and then we'll put it up. Henry Arsene, if you're there, Arsene Henry, type the questions into the comments, bro, and then I'll read it out for you.
Yeah, put it in the comments, and then we'll talk about it, my guy.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
That was on Rather Die, I think, right? There could be like maybe bits of connection issues there too. I do remember that, so. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oh, we got somebody. He'll be right back. It's all good. Yeah, so just so you know, anybody watching, we're gonna do the beat giveaway again. Right after this, we'll cut and then we'll go do the giveaway. I didn't even tell the producer about it beforehand.
All right. Coming back, man.
Yeah, type in the chat if you're available and want a question answered or anything, and we'll do our best to answer it for you.
All right, cool. That you want to talk about, right?
I think he's gonna type something back. I hope he. Yeah, he's like in the middle of like writing a little bit. No, that was a dope interview. Thank you so much, bro.
I just subscribed, bro.
Nice. Yeah, so I mean, we do it every week on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern. We have a different artist up every week. We put them up, bro. We're just gonna keep doing it. I've got people signing up all the way out into like March right now, so it's been a good time so far. We just want to help everybody out, right? Like,
Cool. Okay, he said the song is good. Guitar's hot. I think you need to add more energy. You know, I was telling my producer that, man. I'm glad you said that. Because like I think my producers just don't get like he's great and everything, right? And I hope he's watching this too. I hope you guys are gonna send me this recording, right?
yeah. So
So,
be up
like-
everywhere after that, wherever you put it.
Like even this recent song I'm doing right now, like I want to add more energy because I think people just love energy, especially like when you're already singing and stuff like that. So Henry's spot on about that comment right there.
And you said you wanted to add more energy, and you kind of held back in some way, right?
Yeah, see, that's what happens when you listen to producers sometimes because they might not have the same perspective you have.
Right.
So like
And
for
then it's like
him,
a matter of who wins.
he feels like it's doing too much if you add too much energy.
Mm.
Yet that's what people like to hear, like the energy of it all.
Right. And it's connecting with that energy, and that's the whole reason why we're listening to music at any given point in time, right? It's that whole soul spiritual connection that's going on with the energy and what we're feeling as a result of what we're hearing, right?
Right. So
take it to another dimension is what he said. Yeah, there you go, bro.
take it to another dimension. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the frequency.
Yeah.
Because the original frequency of the song is already good, but if you add the energy, it takes it to another level. Yeah, he's right.
Right. That's how it is. Take it into your next work with you as you do that, right? And that becomes a part of it. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's dope.
Cool. Anybody else?
For now.
Wow.
No, thanks, Henry Arsene, for asking that or saying that, man. That was dope. Perfect. Yeah, so I think we'll conclude right there. This has been a great freaking interview right there.
Cool.
Cheers.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah, man. Like, we're just trying to put everybody up.
All right, yeah.